Hi Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your January 1st to the 15th, 2021 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, and before we begin this meditation, I just want to say that there is somebody impersonating me down in the description box below, soliciting you for readings. The last email address that I know that they've used is daneharttarot@yahoo.com. That person is not me. Don't click, don't respond back. Block them, or report them and block them. They've already been reported and blocked to YouTube, so just to let you know. All right, with that said, let's dive into the meditation, clearing away the negative energy, raising our own positive vibration and positive energy. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Sagittarius, January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Sagittarius. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Let's see what your chakra energy has to say. Sagittarius, January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Sagittarius. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Sagittarius. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels, and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we start here with play, the heart chakra, which is absolutely gorgeous and a brilliant place to start. Then we have divine wisdom with the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. And then we have here personal power. And there's such a sense here of you tapping into your own strength, your own power. This is your solar plexus chakra really shining through. So I cannot wait to see what the tarot has to say in conjunction with this. Now the left-hand side is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. And before I turn these over, I just want to let you know that this deck, which is called the Witch's Wisdom deck, is quite different than any other tarot deck I've worked with. And it has a very beautiful but very different journey of the major arcana. And it very much embraces us and moves us into our soul's understanding and our soul's journey. And it also has this beautiful, connection with our ancestors. And I love it because the person who made this deck, her name is Phyllis, and my grandma who passed, her name was Phyllis. It was Philomena, but she Anglicanized it. And so here I just feel this beautiful connection with spirit's energy and with our ancestral energy. So let's see here what the cards have to say. Starting right off right here with ancestors coming forward, which is absolutely gorgeous. You then have the 6 of air, you have the priestess, and you have the 10 of fire. It moves us to the heart, which is crowned by the craftsman of water, which equates to the queen of cups. You have the ace of air, the ace of swords. You have the 2 of fire, the 2 of wands, the 5 of air, the 5 of swords. You have the council of all beings, which is absolutely glorious. You have the 9 of air, the 9 of swords. You have the witch of fire, which is definitely you coming through in this deck also. The witch of fire would be the knight of fire, the knight of wands in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And you have the 9 of water, the 9 of cups. So you have the repeat of the number 9 here. Yes, you do. In the public arena, especially, you have the repeat of the number 9, which shows you very close to completing a cycle. As you're moving forward in your life, you can feel that something is coming to a head, coming to its completion. And that's going to be very exciting for you during this time and just in life in general right now. All right, so let's look at the people who will be aiding you during this time. Who are the people who will be aiding Sagittarius? January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Sagittarius. Who are the people who will be aiding Sagittarius? January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Fantastic. So we have here the Princess of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this is also going to be a person who embodies that energy, that knowledge, that kind of way with words, tying things together, very curious, very much pushing the envelope with things, taking how people normally see things and maybe turning it on its head a bit. That's not their intention, but they are tending here to kind of, push boundaries and not see things the same way as everybody else. So it's very exciting, the energy that is around them. And you're going to be very much inspired by this. It's like, oh, well, I can do it like this, or I can move forward that way. Or there has a lot of energy of why not instead of why. It's kind of like, why not embrace this? Why not look at it this way? Why not? And instead of saying, well, why would I do that? It's like, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I move forward this way? And it moves you then to the star. So this is Aquarius energy, January 20th to February 18th. This is a person who pours the waters into the world. This is a person who sits there and heals both on the land, emotionally, not emotionally, but, practically, okay? And then in the water, which is emotionally, spiritually. And this is going to be a person that you're very guided towards and, very much embracing a way of. And there's this kind of Aquarius energy that is around you. It's kind of like stepping into the age of Aquarius is what Spirit is saying, which makes perfect sense. As you are embracing your healing, as you are embracing your love and your light, you're really exemplifying this energy. And the person and the people who you are drawn to, because I don't see this as necessarily being just one person, but the people that you are drawn to during this time exemplify that. They're speaking this truth and they're looking at things differently. And it can be, starting a little bit of a revolution, but not a revolution in the way that we think about it, a very quiet, very subtle, very, heart empowering way forward. And it leads you then to the High Priest. And the High Priest is at the Hierophant in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. This is Taurus energy. April 20th to May 20th is the time frame. This is a person who is stubborn. This is a person who is passionate and much more sensitive than people give them credit for. This is a person who's very dedicated and who looks at things very openly, very honestly, and who is putting things together that you hadn't seen before. You once thought like, oh, it could only be this way, but now they're showing you the interconnectedness of things that were once kind of out of your realm of really knowing, of really comprehending. And it leads you now to the sense of personal power, to the sense of embracing play. And again, it's the why not instead of why can't I, how can I move forward this way? It's like, why wouldn't I move forward in this bounty? Why wouldn't I move forward in this brilliance? And it's time to embrace the play of the heart. It's time to embrace the joy, the prosperity, the love, the abundance of the heart as you're moving forward, as you're going after your goals, as you're looking at life. Spirit is saying here, embrace laughter, embrace play. Take time to let your heart shine and to feed your heart, because it's going to be so important for you as you enter into the year, but it's going to be so important for you just in general, with everything that you have coming at you, with everything that you are growing, every way that you are growing, every way that you are moving forward, the power that is around you. It's saying here, and your ancestors are definitely saying, embrace the joy, embrace the play, embrace the laughter. Time goes by so much more quickly than we ever realize it does. And it's kind of like that old Yiddish proverb that says, the days are long, but the years are short. And that's what you're going to be really seeing here. And that's something to live by during this year and in all the years to come. Divine wisdom rains down on you. You're going to find yourself inspired in one way or another, that, the way forward is more than you realized it was, is more beautiful, more powerful. And you are showing that within yourself. You are moving forward in that wisdom. You're the type of person, Sagittarius, to call other people to wisdom, to bring them forward, to bring people together, to have this jubilance to you that people are drawn to. And now it's time to embrace that jubilance and to embrace that way of connecting people for yourself, for your soul and the way that you want to move forward. There's a brilliance here that is opening up the doors to you, and it leads you to your personal power. It leads you to sitting there and saying, this is me. This is who I want to be. This is who I need to be. Soul, body, spirit, self. This is my understanding. And there's a power to you that you have forgotten about as you're embracing this year, as you are embracing, this time period, this time for yourself. You're moving forward with a greater sense of power behind you. And that's because you're moving forward with your ancestors right there with you. Your ancestors are just sitting there and saying, learn from my mistakes. Learn from my mistakes. See what I didn't see. Understand what I couldn't understand. Live in a way that was once, so alien to me. Now it is time for you to embrace your life. And I want you to have the blessings, because I know you have the curses. And by that, Spirit is saying, and your ancestors say, ancestral curses, those curses that were spoken over us when we were very, very small, the way our parents were raised or whomever raised us were raised, and that negativity that they had, that they give unto us. And here you're going to see yourself chipping away at that, saying, no more. No more am I going to sit there and think, oh, well, wealth is for everybody but me. Prosperity is for everybody but me. I don't get to be pretty. I don't get to be talented. I don't get to be. It's like, oh, yes, I am. Oh yes, I am, because this is taking hold of what you desire in life. This is looking at what it is that you truly want. And your ancestral power behind you is like, oh yes, you can. Oh yes, you can. You can rise. And you're going to see that within yourself. You're rising to new heights. You're pushing the limits. You're pushing the limitations. You're saying, again, it's like, why not? Why not embrace the world that you were meant to live? Why not embrace the gifts that you were born with and that you think, oh, well, this is normal. It's not normal. You are extraordinary, and it's time to see that. And it moves you then to the 6 of air. And the 6 of air is that sense of taking up everything that is valuable to you and moving forward. Now, within this deck, we have the fox spirit that shows up time and time again, moving us forward, helping us, understand things, blessing us, guiding us. And here, the fox spirit shows as we see the swans come together with their ducklings. Well, those would be ducks, right? I don't know what baby swans are called, but with their baby swans. And I always think of the ugly duckling when I see baby swans. It's like that one duckling that didn't fit in, but then grew up to be that beautiful swan. And that's how we can feel in our lives, especially, if you stumble across this channel, if you have just felt different than everybody else, more on a spiritual journey, more on a way to connect with divinity and your life, and knowing that there's more out there, but finding it so hard to see how or why. And here, you're starting to understand. It's like, oh, maybe I'm not the ugly one. Maybe my soul is really beautiful. And what's gorgeous about swans is that they mate for life. And they are astoundingly fierce. They are actually scarily fierce. And so I love that when it's depicting us as human beings. It's like we have this connection, and it can be to a partner, it can be to a dream that we have, and we're bringing it forward into this world, and we're nurturing the way that it stems off, the way that it multiplies. It could be our dreams multiply if we have with a partner, through children, but it can also be that dream that we plant, and then the way it inspires others, and the way that dream is planted inside them starts lights a spark within inside them, and then it starts to grow and grow, and you just have that little fox spirit on the corner, in the corner, sitting there and saying, I knew there was more out here for you than you ever realized. I knew that this was a trick worth watching. This was something that would take you where you hadn't imagined. Because I do see foxes as being a little bit tricksy, a little bit of a trickster, but they're also so smart and so unconventional. And that's the energy that spirit is embracing around you. And it leads you to the high priestess. And the high priestess is the sense, well, not the high priestess, the priestess is the sense of embracing this power of being the priestess within your life, within your soul, within yourself, of knowing your power, your grace, your beauty, your understanding. And also here, there is a strong sense of being greatly connected to past life energy, to the energy of your ancestors that flows within your veins. And you're going to see that very, very, very prominently. And as you connect with the priestess, as you connect with what you love and the beauty that comes forward with the passion and the purity of self, you connect with the moon, you connect with the cycles of being, you connect with the cycles of understanding, you connect with the sense of a growing, a waxing, a waning of self and of dreams and of beauty and of truth. And it opens up the world to you in a way that you hadn't realized, in a way that you hadn't anticipated. And it brings you, as the priestess opens up your eyes, and as you step into that power of saying, I am the priestess of my might and of myself. I am the ruler of my existence. And the veil is lifted from your eyes. And so you see beyond what everybody else sees. And it can be very overwhelming because you're seeing people for who they truly are, not who they want to be. And it can be, you're lovingly surprised by some people. You'll sit there and be like, wow, I never expected that from that person. But from others, you're going to sit there and be just greatly disappointed and a little bit upset. So do be mindful of this. And I'm also seeing here, it looks like she has a drumstick in her hand, and I could just see her hitting, or a dong, like what you hit with a dong, a bong, I don't remember, to call forward the power of the world. And it's like that vibration coming out from the moon, coming out and moving forward within you. So it's kind of like you're beating the drum of the world, you're beating the drum of the moon, the reflective light of the sun. And it's empowering you, it's moving you forward, it's calling forward truth and understanding. And it leads you to the 10 of fire. And the 10 of fire, the 10 of wands, is this beautiful sense of a completion of the cycle of passion, of what it is that you desire, of the way that you want to move forward, of who it is that you are. And it's illuminating so much within the darkness. And you can just see that little cardinal right there, just beautifully lit within this deep, dark space. And the 10 of a fire is saying the darkness is lit. The weight that you have carried for so long, or stumbling through the blackness, is over. Now it's time to move forward in the light, in a truth, in an understanding. And you have that little cardinal there to guide you forward, to say the darkness will never be as complete as you once thought it was. There is light, there is luminance, there is beauty, there is truth. And it is opening up to you in a way that you hadn't anticipated, in a way that you hadn't seen or expected. And it's really bringing you forward to being the craftsman of the water. You're calling forward rains within your heart. And you might think, why would I want storms over my heart? Because you're calling forward the rains in your crowning card, and you're having the storm in your rooted card. And so what's very interesting here is that you're calling forward the rains because your heart is saying, I need there to be wealth, I need there to be life, I need there to be beauty here. And as you call forward the rains, you call forward this beauty, this joy, this exuberance, this laughter, this brilliance of self. And it opens you up to a new world. It opens you up to a new way of being. It opens you up to beauty and understanding and power and grace and completeness. And so you're going to be seeing that you're singing a much more powerful song than you had imagined, that you are moving forward in a way that's saying, I am moving out of the darkness into the light. I am moving out of the drought into the abundance. My crops can grow. My heart can soar. I am embracing this dream that I have, this hope that I have. And as you call it forward, you see that you chant the rains into being. And it moves you here with the Ace of Air. And it moves you so beautifully into singing the song and to harmonizing the song of your existence, of your life, of what you want, of calling that power forward. Because, of course, the harp here is made of bone, which can be a little bit off-putting, but I find it to be enchantingly beautiful. And the strings here are made by this beautiful white spider. You have the stars almost trapped. You do. You have the stars trapped within the strings. So it's so much more than what you expect. And the bones can be the bones of what has fed you. It can be the bones of the ancestors. It can be, the ways of the past. And it's all coming together in this beautiful symphony. And the spider is weaving the strings, and the stars are harmonizing the strings. And you are seeing yourself moving forward and playing music and playing the notes that call you to something greater, that call you forward in a way that you hadn't thought of, hadn't anticipated, hadn't seen before. And you start to hear this beautiful song of your truth that you've called forward. And now the light has come in, the joy has come in, the rains have come, and it's opened up your heart in a way that is just so uplifting and beautiful and harmonizingly wonderful. And it brings you to the Two of Wands, the Two of Fire. It brings you to this place where, yes, there is this desolation. Like, you can look at the desert and say, oh, wow, there's nothing. But you see the serpents intertwined, the healing serpents with I forget what it's called, but the healing staff. And you have here the thistles, beautiful and yet thorny, yet they can take care of themselves. And so there's this beauty that can sustain even in the harshest of climates. There is this healing that comes forward where you least expect it. And there is this sense of the world opening up when you hadn't imagined that it would. And it's opening up, in such a way that it calls you forward. And it has you looking at things newly and honorably and more succinctly with yourself. And what was once closed within your world starts to open. And it's like, why not? Why can't I heal? Why can't I move forward? Why can't I call in this light, this love, this beauty, and this grace? And so as you are doing so, the world is opening up to you in a much more powerful, much more beautiful way. And you have the dowsing stick here, which is also what is used to find the rain. And I remember when I was a teenager, we had to have our well redug, which my mother was not happy about at all. And this guy came and he just knew where the water was. He used a dowsing rod, But he also just walked right to it and then took out the dowsing rod, put it down, and saw that it started to turn. And I thought that was just such wondrous magic. And here it's going to be that kind of way. It's like if you listen to yourself, if you are in tune with the wisdom that comes from generations of doing this, of generations of attempting to connect with the soul, of, calling forward the power of your love in your life and who it is that you are, you start to see that you know where the water is, you know where the well is to dig deeply from, and to find the beauty, to find the prosperity that waits for you. And it brings you then to being able to weather the storms, because you've been asking for the rain. And the thing with the storms is that nobody ever wants storms, even though you sit there and say, well, Dane, why is my heart asking for storms if nobody wants storms? Everybody wants everything to be super, super easy. Okay, that's just us as human beings. We would like the easiest route possible. At least I know I would. But it never works out that way. If you're going to evolve spiritually, personally, prosperity, you're going to be pushed into situations that have storms, that push you so far out of your comfort zone, you could hardly have imagined it. And so with the 5 of air, you're facing that storm, but you're having wisdom, that divine wisdom, the wisdom of the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine. I like to also think of this as your angels and as divinity itself, guarding you, watching over you, your angels saying, I have you, I'm protecting you, you're the little owlets here. And then divinity saying, I stand guard over both, over all of it. And so here, as you face the storm that, yes, you've been asking for, because you've been asking to evolve forward, you've been asking to have the richness, the lushness in your life, and it doesn't come through the desert. Because if we always have the really nice, sunny, beautiful days, first of all, we stop appreciating them. And secondly, the water starts to run out. We need the water. It's so important. And so here, the rains come. And this is us weathering storms that we really would rather not want to weather. This is us looking at things more truthfully, more honestly, and being pushed out of our comfort zone, looking at things in a way that we sit there and we're like, I needed this. And it could be years later that we look back and it's like, I needed that. I didn't understand that I needed it. I didn't want it. I hated every single second of it. But that storm transformed my life. And that's going to be a powerful truth that you're seeing during this time. The storms that you have been through, you're going to see that they've transformed your life, and they've moved you to a richness. They've moved you to a well of beautiful water, of beautiful understanding, of soul's greatness that seemed so far out of reach before. And it brings you here to the Council of All Beings, card number 21, the end of the major arcana. The Council of All Beings in the public arena. You're not only thinking of yourself, you're thinking of everyone. Now, this can be tricky, okay? Especially for you, Sagittarius, who is so in tune with other people's feelings, who calls people together, who really is, one of the people in the council, okay? Whose soul wants to be there so much. You can't be everything to everyone. And you will spread yourself too thin, and you will hurt yourself spiritually and maybe even personally, trying to be everything for everyone. Here, with the Council of All Beings, it's connecting, it's harmonizing, it's knowing that there is a reason and there is a way to the earth that we do not understand. And yes, we are doing our best to ruin things, it seems like at times, but that there is a greater plan here than we could possibly have imagined. And there is a greater way to move forward than could possibly have been seen before. And there's a connection that you have during this time to all that is spiritual, to all that is powerful within this planet, within this earth, for yourself, for those around you. And there is something that you're looking towards the bigger picture of. There's a way that you're connecting and you're seeing what others are blind to. So it can be very frustrating because you're going to sit there and be like, why can't other people see that this is for the best? And they can't. So it's kind of like, let them be on their journey. You are on yours. Embrace your truth, embrace your understanding, and it will push away the shadows. It really will. And in this time, in the public arena, especially if you run up against opposition, doubts, fears, negativity, this is a perfect time to meditate and to connect with that council. Just call the council into you and say, I need some guidance. How do I move forward here? What is it that I do? What am I discovering? And it'll show you that the hardship that you're looking at, with the 9 of air, because this is nightmares, right? The 9 of swords in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck are nightmares, doubts, fears, negativity. You're going to see that there's honey there. There's sweetness, there's richness, there's beauty, there's a coming together of things. And it just becomes a little bit better than you had realized. It becomes a little bit more than you had imagined. And so it opens the world to you much more truthfully. And it's like, oh, this is what I've been working towards. This is what I want within my life. This is what I desire within my truth. And it leads you then to the witch of fire. It leads you to, you have this serpent wrapped around you, like it almost looks like an anaconda, like it's huge, right? So here you have this fire becoming a part of you, and you have this mobility of body, of mind, of being, of understanding, of seeing, wrapping itself around you. It's like, I'm not limited. And that's the whole thing about this time for you, Sagittarius, is that you're not limited. You're not going to be held back. You're setting yourself free. There is a sense of coming into a greater power, a greater sense of being, a greater understanding than you had ever before. And it's opening up this world. It's opening up the passion. And it's warming you. The serpent needs the warmth. The Queen of Fire has that warmth radiating out from her. And it is that rock. It is that warming rock. It is that beautiful, it's kind of like just laying out in the sun on a beautiful, warm, rock, basking in the nice, warm rays. I mean, there's a beauty here. There's a warmth. There's an understanding. There's a brilliance to you that you are embracing. And it's really going to alight this magic. And it's going to move you forward with the 9 of water. With the 9 of water to the 9 of cups. To wishes being granted, to beauty coming in, to a sense of, oh, this is what it's been for, isn't it? To a sense of, I know I've been struggling upstream, and it's felt so long and so hard and so arduous, but now it is my time. Now it is my time to see my beauty coming forward. Now it is my time to know my greater truth, to open up the doors, to see this reality, and to claim it as my own. To say, this is what I've been working so hard for. This is what my ancestors sacrificed so much for, made their mistakes, hurts and damages done, yes. But now it is time to move forward, upstream towards my dreams, upstream towards my greatest desires, upstream towards where my heart wants me to be. And it has been a long and difficult road, Sagittarius. It has. But the wisdom that you have accumulated, the way that you have opened your world is extraordinary, and that is to not be lessened. So let's go deeper. Sagittarius, January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Sagittarius. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Sagittarius. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh, and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. And let's see the people you need to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people that Sagittarius needs to be mindful of? January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Sagittarius. Who are the people Sagittarius needs to be mindful of? January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. So we have here the Strength card, Leo energy, time frame July 23rd to August 22nd. This is a person who's going to think brute force strength gets them everything that they want. And it's going to be, you will love me because I said so. You will listen to me because I said so. You will do this because I said so. And it can just be a person who, they don't have to be a Leo, but they're definitely exuding that type of underdeveloped Leo traits. And you're going to sit there and be like, no, the first you're going to feel bad, Sagittarius. You're going to sit there because fire sign energy, there we go, calls to fire sign energy. You're going to sit there and be like, wow, am I doing something wrong? Like, I want this person to like me, or I want this person to understand where I'm coming from. And then there's going to be a time where you just realize, like, I can't sacrifice what I hold important, what I hold dear, to be what this person demands. And who is this person to demand this of me? And then we have the Princess of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is somebody who's very iffy with their money, or who uses money very much as a, well, did you see how much I gave you? Like, did you see how much this is? Like, did you not understand? And it, like, for guilt. And you're going to sit there and be like, okay, just stop it. Like, if you didn't want to give me that gift, you shouldn't have, because this is a person who hems and haws over everything, and not in that way that, like, oh, I just want you to be super happy and I just want to make sure I made the right choice type of way, because that's kind of endearing. But this is in a very negative way. This is in a way where it's almost like you owe them, and you don't owe them. A gift is a gift, freely given, and with no strings attached. And that's what a gift is. And then we have the King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is going to be a person very set in their ways, very much thinking, you know, one thing, like, this is right. Their path, their way of seeing it is right. Yours is wrong. You know, they might not tell you that, though they might. And you're just going to sit there and be like, I can't handle this. I don't want to handle it. That's going to be more your thing. You're calling in the rains. You're calling in the power of emotions and the floods of truth. And you're looking to expand so beautifully and so spiritually, and these people are just very rigid, and they're not going to be as developed as you are in this state, in this way of moving forward. And it's not energy that you really want to be battling, and you're going to feel like you have to battle it during this time. So we have the Nine of Wands, the Hanged Man, the Queen of Cups, the Six of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Sun, ooh, I love that, Judgment, the High Priestess, and the Lovers. Oh, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. So you have here the Nine of Wands with your ancestors, with the Six of Air. You are moving forward towards what you love, towards what you want. And this has been well fought for. This has been deeply and profoundly earned. The Nine of Wands is calling forward this power, calling forward this understanding, saying, this is where I stand, this is who I am. You're also really going to be kind of pushing out and saying to the outside world, I can't. Like, other people's advice, other people's ways of living their life. It's like, no, I need to live my life for me. If everybody walks around just so blissfully happy that you can't stand it, you know, that's one thing. But not everybody in the world is. Actually, very few people are. And so here, it's looking at things and it's saying, this is me, for better or for worse. This is my power, this is my grace, this is my beauty, this is my understanding. And I've come this far, and I'm celebrating the long, hard road that I've won, the battles that I've been through. And I'm not going to let others, you know, tear me down. And then we have the Hangman with the priestess here, and you have the High Priestess in this line too. So it's very beautiful. You have this very beautiful sacred feminine energy around you. You're seeing things differently than everybody else. Why? The radiant vibrations of your truth are going to be different than those around you. You want more from this world than what everybody else seems to be expecting or anticipating or desiring. And so here you're moving forward in this power, in this understanding, in this brilliance that is you. And because you don't see things the same way, and because you have a lot of the world kind of yelling at you, it can make you feel like, oh, I'm doing things wrong. I should change. I should be like everybody else. And Spirit is saying, really don't. Don't lose sight of your goals. Don't lose sight of what you want from this world. Don't lose sight of you, because you are going to be empowered, emboldened. You're going to be able to walk forward in this world in a way that is just extraordinary. And it's not going to be like everybody else, but who cares? And it leads you then to the Queen of Cups. It leads you, what is that? I don't know if that is a crown. I don't know exactly what that is down below, but it leads you to this sense of beauty and prosperity as as the weight has been lifted from your shoulders, as the world is illuminated, as the cardinal is your guide, and it sees you moving forward in a way that you hadn't expected. It sees you freeing yourself from a world you didn't want to be a part of, and knowing that I am only in control of my world, of my emotions, of my heart, of my soul. And it leads you to celebration. The Six of Wands. It's like, I'm going to celebrate me. It is time that I celebrate me as I call forward the beauty, the rain, the lushness, as I have my song to sing, woven through stars and with spider web. Yeah, I embrace my truth. I learn how to celebrate me instead of putting me down. I learn to embrace my glory and my brilliance and my beauty and my understanding. And as I do so, I have the prosperity that is a part of me, that moves me forward in this world. The world isn't closed anymore. The world is opened. And I move forward in this truth, in bounty and in prosperity that other people might overlook. They might sit there and go, oh, well, that's worthless. Oh, that's not worth anything. But to you, it's going to be worth so much. And it's like, this is my truth. This is my power. This is what I need to move me forward. And it brings you to the sun. It brings you to your glory and to your understanding. After the storm comes the sun. After the storm comes the rainbow. This is the time for your rainbow. This is the time for your beauty. And people are going to take you by eyes and say, Sagittarius, why you and not me? It's like, listen, there's enough in this world for everybody. There is. We tend to be sold this bill of goods that there is always lack, and there isn't. So it's time to sit there and to say, I know there is enough. And I trust in divine timing, not my timing, which is annoying. I hate that. I hate trusting in divine timing because it always makes me anxious and scared and overwhelmed. And if divinity could just give me like a little bit of a roadmap and spell things out nice and clear, I would love it. But divinity doesn't. And so here, it's letting that sun shine within. It's letting that beauty and that light shine within. And it's saying, this is me. This is who I am. This is what I love. This is how I'm moving forward. And that light guides you. It pushes away the darkness. And it brings you this richness. That brings you, 'tis the season, right? For the presence and the joy and the happiness. And, it's a gift. This new year, coming into this new year, is a gift. And you're going to be seeing that as the council of all beings comes forward, and as you see the hard work paying off, that there are gifts coming that you hadn't anticipated, that you hadn't thought could be a part of you. And you're rising from the ashes. You're rising from doubts and fears and negativity into glory. And everything is being seen. So often when we do good things or when we try so hard, we just want people to say, good job, And a lot of times we don't. We don't get people saying, good job. We get doubts. We get judgment. We get a lot of things coming at us. And we only want that nice pat on the back. And here it's knowing that divinity sees. And so nobody else has to. And that's really hard, Definitely that is really hard. That nobody else has to. But with the High Priestess, it's the beauty behind the veil. It's the beauty that others don't see that is coming into play. It's this beauty of heart and this richness of soul and this, consecration of self and of being. And again, you see behind the veil of others. You see behind even the veil of yourself. It's like, wow, I can't believe I wanted that, or I can't believe I sought that approval. And as the world opens to you, you open to it. And you're like, oh, this is my way forward, isn't it? This is what I want, and this is what I love, and this is where I need to be, soul, spirit, and self. And this is what I've been waiting for. And the High Priestess has divinity talking to us, but in a way that seems like rhymes and like riddles. And it's going to be so powerful as we start to decode, because it's very much, I always see the High Priestess like the Oracle of Delphi in ancient times. And everybody from all over the ancient world went to hear her prophecies, and they spent their lives decoding it. And that's what we do here. Divinity hands us our dreams and our wishes and our desires, our prophecies by the oracle. And we spend our lives decoding it and seeing how we can move forward in that truth. And the High Priestess brings that forward and brings you the power with the Witch of Fire. That power is within you, radiating out, warming the serpent, warming the blessing that is around you and the power that is a part of you. And it moves you to the Lovers. And this is Gemini energy, time frame May 21st to June 20th. As you're swimming upstream, you are finding what you love. And as you're finding what you love, you're finding that it is very complementary to you. It's not exactly the same, and you wouldn't want it to be. And it's having you fall in love with your life again, having you fall in love with your world again, opening up the doors and seeing the greater truth. And it's being in love with your being. And it's beauty and it's joy. The repeat of the number 6 here has divinity watching over you. It's the kindest of all the numbers, the most nurturing of all the numbers. So you're definitely being watched over and loved during this time. And you have such a kind, caring spirit. So let's see what your spirit animals have to say. Sagittarius, January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Sagittarius. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Sagittarius. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we have here the cow spirit. The miracles are endless. And that's beautiful because we always think of our miracles of having to be big and boisterous and over the top. But the endless day-to-day miracles, those are the ones that really matter. Those are the ones that see us through the hard times. It's, somebody helping out when you have a headache or you aren't feeling well. And so they take up the responsibilities. You have here, joy and laughter and love coming in. And that's beauty. Those are miracles. And it's looking at them. It's that person that, gets you the cup of tea or the cup of coffee or hot chocolate or whatever, that you want, but you don't want to get up for. It's the small little things. It's that person who remembered you that you didn't think they would. And you're like, oh, you got a card from them, or they sent a text, or they rang you up. It's the little things. It's the little things that we overlook in our lives. And we say, oh, those aren't miracles, because miracles are supposed to fall from the heavens like manna. But it's the small things that really do sustain us and keep us going. So it is that gift. It is that nurturing and that nourishing gift from the heavens. And then we have the butterfly spirit. The transformation is beautiful. It really is the way that you are transforming, the power that you are stepping into, the waters that heal you and abound within your spirit. Excuse me. They are beautiful. And you find yourself transforming in the light, but also in the darkness, in the power of the both. And you see yourself moving forward in greater understanding of who it is that you are and where it is that you want to be. And then we have the nightingale spirit. Love is all around. Love is all around you, and it is beautiful, and it is singing its song, and it is embracing its truth, and it is calling you forward in a way that you hadn't realized. Love is all around. And we forget that. We forget that with the state of the world, with everything that goes on, we tend to think that life and what's around us is all suffering. And we forget to look at the love that is around us, and call in the music of love. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the lizard spirit. Dream your world into being. It is time to take your dreams and make them a reality. Dream your world into being. It means actively working with your dreams too, not just sitting back, laying back, saying, this is my dream, this is my world, and yet everything is all chaos around. It's dreaming the world. And then because you are visualizing it so much, and because the mind does not know the difference between what we imagine and what is real, your mind starts to say, well, this isn't my existence. This isn't the way I want to live anymore. And you start to see yourself changing it slowly, steadily, but assuredly. Your subconscious person message excuse me, is the Queen of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is cutting through doubts and fears. This is the warrior queen. This is knowing your truth, knowing what it is that you desire, and not taking anybody's bull. There's a strength to you here, Sagittarius, that is really quite profound. It leads you then to your subconscious chakra message, which is universal light. This is the soul star chakra, and this is you being this light that shines out from the universe, that is empowered and emboldened and just in love with existence. There's this whole sense of calling in the power of love and joy and laughter and beauty and brilliance, and it answering you. Your subconscious tarot message is the messenger of Earth. Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but this is a sense of slowly and steadily moving forward in what you need to plant, in what you know to be your truth, in what it is that you desire within your life. It is a sense of power. It is a sense of being. It is a sense of being a student. It is a sense of looking at things in new and wondrous ways and calling forward that abundance of being and that power of soul. It leads you then to go deeper into your subconscious. And you have here the moon, which is Pisces energy, time frame February 19th to March 20th. You are moving beyond the fears. You are seeing what once held you back, the fears that once kept you silenced and overwhelmed and, out of your element. You're looking at them and you're like, it's not that scary anymore, is it? There's power and there's brilliance to me. There is a way forward that I hadn't expected. And you're embracing it truthfully, openly, honestly, and brilliantly. And it's transforming your world. All right, Sagittarius, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as the sacred feminine energy abounds, as this healing, nurturing power raises you and rains down blessings like you cannot believe. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius.